Hi Stony Yogis, thank you for joining me for another Cannabis-enhanced yoga video. This is Manali here, and I'm just going to be guiding you for a post-work leg and spine stretch. If you're like me and you work 12-hour days on your feet, you're going to find this really useful. Or if you just want to kind of get into your thighs, calves, hips, and your spine, feel free to join us for this short flow. Grab your favorite strain and just sit with yourself a couple moments as you take some hits, noticing that onset, that shift into perceiving, thinking, and maybe even feeling differently. As many hits as you like, where you can still find kind of stillness in your mind and body. Find your comfortable seated position, legs crossed, palms face down on your knees. And start to bring all of your attention to your breath. Noticing your subtle belly rising and falling. Your collarbones expanding away from each other on your inhale, and navel drawing into your spine on your exhale. Just tuning in to that inner peace that comes when you relax your body, quiet your mind, and open your heart. Relax the shoulders, relax the jaw, and let your tongue release from the roof of your mouth. Just noticing what parts of your body might still be holding on. Each exhale letting go of whatever doesn't need to be working right now. Setting the intention to stay present with yourself throughout this practice. Nothing more and nothing less. Come to rock the baby pose, so just extend both of your legs forward, bend the right knee and hug it in tight towards your chest, the sole of the foot on the ground. And then pick up the right foot with your left palm. Bend your knee and bring the entire leg off of the ground, swaying side to side as if you're cradling a baby. Maybe wriggle that right foot to the inside of your left elbow. Shrug the shoulders down. Just getting into that hip. Maybe bring your right palm down onto the ground and take circles so you can really get into all of those knots in your hip and in your right bottom. This feels like a really good stretch, so just take your time moving with your breath. And changing your rotation if you're going in circles. And switch sides, extend the right leg, stretch over it, and then bend in the left knee. Just switching sides, picking up that left foot. Maybe it makes its way into the crook of that right elbow, maybe not. Wherever you are, just rocking side to side, maybe in circles. Wherever that stretch feels the best for you. Release your left leg next to your right and just shake out your legs, wriggle them and just get a nice stretch in. And set up for half butterfly pose by bending your left knee and bringing the sole of your left foot on the inside of your right thigh. Press out through your right heel, and inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, fold over, just reaching as far as you're comfortable. Keep rooting down in your left knee, flexing through your right toes, and maybe walking your fingers slowly forward into some extra space that you might find. Here you can choose to lay your torso on a bolster, finding a depth where you can commit to stillness and only moving when you feel your body inviting you to move deeper into the pose. Inhale to slowly rise all the way up and come to half butterfly on the other side. Just drawing your right knee in and extending the left leg. Make sure you ground down, rooting through that left leg. And inhale to rise up through the fingertips and chest. Exhale, lower down into your version of half butterfly, creating space between your shoulders and ears even as you fold. Full belly inhale and exhale, release. Inhale, come up one vertebrae at a time, moving like you're moving through butter. Come to caterpillar pose, extend both of your legs forward, reach through both heels. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold over, just reaching for whatever's in reach, whether that's your knees, your shins, or your toes. The same principle in this pose as half butterfly. Coming to the pose at an appropriate depth, and then committing to that stillness. Committing to just being here with your breath. Inhale, slowly rise, bend your knees, and just windshield wipe. Send both knees to either side, as slow or as fast as you want. Come to Malasana pose by bringing your feet as wide as your mat, your heels in, toes out. And come to a squat, your elbows inside of your knees, palms touching, and just swaying side to side to get into your hips, before eventually finding some stillness relaxing the toes, knees, and jaw. And just seeing if you can keep a nice flat back so your hips aim towards the floor and your chest and crown of your head reach towards the ceiling. 4 belly inhales and exhales as you get into this deep ankle and hip stretch. Slowly transitioning to reverse tabletop pose, just walk your palms behind you with your fingertips facing forward. Palms under the shoulder, ankles under the knees. Inhale, lift your hips up and let your head hang back. And exhale, bring your hips down and come to a child's pose. Knees as wide as your mat, big toes touching, and bring your heels and hips to touch. Inhale to pull your chest up off of the mat and come to dragon pose by coming into your hands and knees, and step your right foot in between your palms. You might want to use a blanket underneath your left knee. And just make sure that your right knee is right over your right ankle, no more. Come down onto your palms or your fingertips and just give yourself a nice stretch in the top of your left thigh. Relax the shoulders away from your ears. If you want to deepen the pose even further, slowly bring your palms onto that front leg. This is just going to deepen the stretch in your left thigh. And as you do this, see where your breath goes. See if you can keep that connection even as you deepen your pose. And finding even more depth in the pose, bring your palms back to the ground. Walk your right foot out to the right corner of your mat and just bring a block so that your forearms can rest down onto them, right underneath your shoulders. Gazing down, creating space and length in the back of your neck. Retuning into that inner peace that you had with your slow, steady, even breath. Maybe even lighting up here to make this pose a little bit more tolerable. Inhaling to rise up back onto your palms. Bring your palm to your knee and lunge. Then palms back to the ground. Wriggle your right foot back to center. And then step it back and swish your hips side to side to release. You can also come to downward facing dog here if you like. Making your way to dragon pose on your left foot this time, padding your right knee. Just gazing down, creating space in the back of your neck, bringing the top of your right foot down, and then finding that place of stillness, presence with your breath, and inner peace. Inhale, slowly come up, bringing your palms to your thigh, lunging even more into that front thigh. Last stage of the pose here, wiggle your left toes all the way to the outer edge of your mat. Then bring a block underneath your forearms. Settle into your dragon pose. Inhale, full belly rise. Exhale to release whatever does not serve you in this moment. Inhale, rise up, come back onto your palms, and slowly make your way to tabletop pose to swish your hips, or downward facing dog. And find yourself in hero pose, which is just sitting on your knees and on your ankles, so the tops of your feet are down, giving yourself a nice top of the foot opener. Maybe stay on your blanket so it's not too intense of a stretch. And come forward onto your belly. You can move your blanket out to the side. When you lay down, just have the tops of your feet on the ground, your elbows right underneath your shoulders, and your forearms super glued to the mat for Sphinx pose. Creating that space in the back of your neck by gazing down. You can firm down in the tops of your feet and activate your legs here if you like. Wherever you are, just seeing if you can keep your breath just as deep, even with your belly coming into contact with the ground. Imagine your elbows drawing in towards you and your shoulders rounding back to really open up your chest. And then lower down, cross your forearms and use them like a pillow, gaze right. And then bend your right knee so that it's in line with your right hip. And coming back to center, bring your legs to meet and come back to Sphinx pose. Maybe if this is feeling already like too much of a back bend, walk your elbows a little bit more ahead of your shoulders. And if you want to deepen the pose for the next few breaths, just straighten the arms until your elbows come up off of the mat, coming to steel pose. And exhale, slowly lower, cross your forearms again, this time gazing to the left. Bend your left knee in line with your hip and relax. just flip over so that you're laying on your back, gazing up at the ceiling, and draw your knees in towards your chest, and take circles with your knees. Let your knees open nice and wide. Keep doing your circles, and take a little happy baby pose. Big inhale here, and exhale, Savasana pose. Just extend your legs wide and palms face up. Take up as much space as you need here. Let your breath flow naturally. And we'll stay here for about a minute or two just to really feel the effects of this practice. And there'll be a little chime at the end just to let you know when we're done. Slowly start to bring awareness back into your body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes and give yourself a good morning stretch. Thank yourself for finding some time to practice some meditation, a good smoke and stretch. I have more videos like this on my YouTube channel, so please be sure to subscribe if you'd like to see some more. And have a good day. Namaste.